All right, so we're going to graph the equation. It says let x equal to -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. And we have the equation of y is equal to 2x minus 7. So we can work this the long way where, for example, we can substitute because we're going to create a table, an XY table. And for our XY table, we're plugging in these 6 values so we can find the ordered pair. Okay, now for the sake of showing you, we have y is equal to 2x minus 7, and I want to substitute -3 in for x to find y. Well, we're going to substitute -3 in for x to find y. So we have 2 times -3 minus 7. 2 times -3 is -6 minus 7, and -6 minus 7 gives us -13. So when we plot this point, we're going to plot -3 and -13. Now notice that my graph does not go out to -3 for the x-axis and y-axis. It goes out to -10, but if you want to make an imaginary or a -13 along the y-axis, you can. Now what we're going to do, instead of working this out by hand, because because of time, and we've completed how to graph a linear equation in 2 variables by creating a table. We've done that. A lot of you have taken intermediate algebra. So we've worked a lot of these type of questions by hand. But what I will do today, we're going to look at our graphing calculators and how to enter this information into our graphing calculator and to find the solutions. So here we have our graphing calculator. You can have the TI-83 plus, the TI-84. The features are pretty much the same here. Now, if you have any other graphing calculator, it's going to be your responsibility to learn, for you to learn how to use that graphing calculator, because in this class I'll be teaching using the TI-83 plus and or the TI-84. So you have what's called a y equals screen. So anytime we want to graph, we will go to this, we will press this button, this y equals screen. And let me clear my table here. So here we have y sub 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 9. And if I want to create different or enter different equations, we can do so. But we're going to enter the 2x minus 7. We already have it as y is equal to. And on your screen, if you go to look under mode, below mode, you should see x and some other symbols. Well, I want to enter 2x minus 7. So go to your keypad, let's put in 2, then x, and all of the TI, Texas Instrument calculators, it does distinguish between a negative and a minus. So here you have your negative key, and here we have the minus. Well, we don't have a -7, we would say -7. So let's go ahead and put in -7. And then if you want to see the graph, you have a graph button right here that I'm pointing to. Press it, and you'll see the graph coming through. Okay. Now, if I want to complete this table, and you notice above graph there's a table function, but it's in blue. For my calculator, it's in blue. Your calculator may be a different color. So to access or to get to the table, we want to press second and graph, meaning second in our table. And we can, yours may be at 0, but I'm going to move mine so that you can see your XY table. Okay. So here, if you notice, it says when X is -3, Y is -13. That's what we have, and we also solved it by hand. And let's fill in the rest. When X is -2, Y is -11. When X is -1, Y is -9. When X is 0, Y is -7. When X is 1, Y is -5. When X is 2, Y is -3. And then when X is 3, Y is -1. Okay. So you have your table of values that we can find. Now let's plot. We only need 2 points to make a line, but let's go ahead and plot as many as we can on this coordinate grid. We have 3, -1. We have 2, -3. We have 1, -5. We have 0, -7. 1, -9, and that's about as far as we can go here. And then we're going to connect our points. And there we go. Here's our line. Now, if you want to check your answer, let's say that I want to check to see if 0, -7 is a solution. What we would do is go back to the original equation, substitute 0 in for X and -7 in for Y. So we have here -7 is equal to 2 times 0 minus 7. We have -7 is equal to 0 minus 7, and 0 minus 7 gives us -7. Sorry about that. And because this statement is true, we would say yes, 0, -7 is a solution. There we go.